Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably like, Noid,
Dad, it's been such a long time. What have you been doing for the past 4 or 5 months that you haven't uploaded a video?
I've been busy.
I've been busy. Not as busy as in I got my pilot's license and stuff, which this YouTube channel was started because of, but busy as in life's taken a big turn in the past 4 or 5 months, which I've been off YouTube.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
So let me tell you what I've actually really been up to. So I quit from the airport, not because I wanted to, but just because I had to, because I'm not flying at the moment. What's the point of me being in an industry that I'm not actually gonna go into? See, here's the thing. I wasn't gonna come back to YouTube, not because I don't like YouTube or I don't like making videos. Videography and photography is one of my favorite things, but because of just personal stuff that happened. I went over to Afghanistan a couple of months ago, not a couple of months, a couple of years ago. So basically, I just lost my medical, and you need a medical to keep flying a plane. In reality, I wasn't gonna come back to YouTube, not because I didn't want to, but just because I didn't think there was a freaking use for it. I just thought YouTube was useless, it wasn't worth it.
Oh damn, it's nothing, it's stupid.
It was just wasting my time editing and just shooting footage. But then, you know, I went to YouTube one day and I randomly logged in just for fun. This was just a couple of weeks ago. This, you know, I seen this, 22,000 views and, you know, 66,000 minutes of basically the videos being watched. It's basically gym time now. 3 in the morning. I'm gonna head over to the gym. So here's the real thing. This is how I really got sick. A couple of years ago, I went over to Afghanistan. That's where my parents were born, that's where my grandparents are. So I thought I should go to Afghanistan, see my family. So I went over to Afghanistan. As fun as Afghanistan was, it really messed me up. Now you're probably like, Noid, how did Afghanistan mess you up? Well, here's the thing. When I went to Afghanistan, I got really sick. And what did that do? Like any country I would go to, I went to the doctor. Now, this wasn't your typical sickness. I mean, I don't know what the beep was wrong with me. I went over to Afghanistan, I got a sickness that I don't know what's wrong. There's fluids coming from every single hole. Yeah, I was shitting and throwing up. My first thing, go to this doctor. This doctor seemed all right, but wait, this wasn't a freaking hospital. Where did I go? I ended up going to this random sketchy ass pharmacist who looked like a doctor and spoke very good English. So I'm like, why the hell would this guy be lying to me? This guy's speaking perfect English in Afghanistan. We're basically relatives. So, I know what you're probably thinking. You're like, Noid, well that's a good thing you went to this pharmacist that spoke English because he's probably gonna fix you up just like every English person does. Well, nope, that wasn't the case. This guy's like, I can fix you in 10 seconds, 30 seconds, or 30 hours. And I'm like, obviously give me the 30-second thing. So my first reaction is, all right, I'm not gonna think anything. This guy can't be lying to me. He's a doctor, he's gonna fix me. Well, that was my mistake, because every 2 minutes when I started waking up, I kept looking up and this guy kept putting more, you know, like the little water thing that hangs on the top? He kept putting more syringes inside, kept putting more chemicals, more drugs. I don't know what it was. And basically, God knows what he put in that bag. From going to that doctor once, it really messed up my life. And that's basically why I can't fly. But then this happened. I got to Saskatoon on Christmas, basically in December 1st or 2nd or something like that. My cousin took me to the hospital because I couldn't even walk. And the hospital traced it back to a bacteria that I got basically from my trip. Now it wasn't from food. They were like, you have to be taking something, some kind of a drug. And I said no. And they were like, tell us your whole trip. And when I told the specialist my whole trip, they basically figured out that in Afghanistan, that doctor had put some chemical inside of me that really f***ed me up. So that's basically why I can't fly at the moment. Now I don't want to go into details about what kind of bacteria I have in my blood cell, but I just want to say is whenever you go around the world somewhere, make sure to get insurance so you can go to a good doctor, not an Afghanistan doctor who ruined my life. Just kidding. Now, here's the thing. Am I upset? Yes, just a little bit. I can't fly at the moment. I've really disappointed my father, you know, but is it up to me? Can I control it? No. Am I gonna look for a different career? Yes. Good to go, showered up. I'm gonna go to Tim Hortons for a bit. Gonna go edit some stuff. Yeah. Just edit, please. Thank you. Connect you to that Tim Hortons Wi-Fi. That's insane. That video was put out almost 6-7 months ago when I stopped making YouTube videos. And now I'm like, man, I really want to get back into it, and this is how I'm going to do it. And I'm sorry, I just watched the reflection out the window and somebody was just laughing, so it just made me laugh. So when I put out my last video, I was going through all this medical stuff, but I was just so much in this depression, this little tiny bubble, and I just didn't want to do anything, so that's why I stopped making YouTube videos. I quit at working at the airport because I was mad that I was that I couldn't become a pilot.